You do not have to trust her to love her. That is a myth. Female haters want to fuck me. Repeat after me. Flush your condoms. And male haters want to beat me. It's that simple. Wait a minute. You actually thought you were the only guy she was fucking?
But she told me she loved me.
Live from Philadelphia, your man, Donovan Sharp.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to the 542nd and a half edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. My apologies for my internet. Yeah, that's it. That's a wrap, man. That's a wrap. I am, as soon as I get off of, as soon as I'm done here, as soon as I'm done streaming, I am absolutely 1000% canceling Xfinity, and I'm going with Verizon. Xfinity has really good internet. It's super fast and super clean and all this other kind of stuff. There's just one problem. For whatever reason, the internet dies when I'm on the air, and it has happened. Dude, I've had this problem since the start, man. I've actually had this problem since I moved to Philly, and this is my livelihood. I'm not going to deal with this anymore, so I'm going to, I'm sure there's some ridiculous fee or whatever that I'll have to pay to break my contract with Xfinity. But yeah, that's it. That's a wrap, man. That's it. I've had enough, and it's time to move on. It's definitely time to move on with my internet connection. The thing is this, man, is when my internet signal goes out, it breaks the continuity, stops the momentum. It fucks everything up, right? It fucks up the flow of the show. It just absolutely screws everything. And what ends up happening is I gotta restream, and I gotta redo. Okay, now this is really pissing me off. Nothing, for whatever reason, seems to be working correctly today, guys, so please bear with me here. There we go. All right. Okay, there we are. So yep. So I'm gonna call Verizon. I'm going to schedule them to come out here and get FiOS out here, and that's gonna be that. That's gonna be that. So that's it. And listen, I don't like to talk shit about companies while I'm on the air, but enough's enough. This has happened. It happens too much. I'm done. I'm out. I'm done. Okay, so when we left, before my internet connection went out on me for about the 284th time, we were talking about the 10 ways that you can tell that your girl is lying to you. 10 ways that you can tell your girl is being dishonest with you. And the 8th way was she cannot respond to a yes or no question. So to continue what I was talking about is your girl knew why you asked her if she stopped anywhere else. She knew why you asked her. Girls understand. Girls know when you have your suspicions, right? And when they know you have your suspicions, they almost try to sort of preempt things before you ask them, right? So when you ask her about certain things, she has that ready-made defensive story ready. And one of the telltale signs of a female who is being dishonest with you is a female who cannot directly respond to a yes or no question. All right, let's go to number 9. The 9th way you can tell your girl is lying to you is she swears on her life that she is telling the truth. Let me see if I'm live on Twitter. See if I'm back live on Twitter here. Yep, there I am. Back on Twitter. All right, excellent. So I'm back on Twitter. All right, good. Now things have escalated, right? You've caught her in a lie, and now things have escalated. You've told her straight up, I don't believe you. This is when she really starts to panic, guys. So she goes completely crazy, and she starts saying things like, I swear on my life. Or if you're dating a single mother, if you're making the egregious mistake of dating a single mother, you know, you start saying things like, she'll start saying things like, I swear on my life, I swear on my kid's life, or I swear on everything I love. The minute she says, I swear, she's 100% lying. Which leads me to number 10. The 10th way you can tell that your girl is lying about cheating is that she accuses you of cheating. Now, girls use this to throw you off and to put you on the defensive, right? Listen, we're all aware of that narrative that girls like to, well, actually, girls and guys say this a lot. The narrative is that if he accuses you of cheating, it's because he's cheating himself. Guys, that's bullshit. Women cheat way more than men. I recently talked about that on my main channel, probably less than a week ago. Women cheat way more than men, and women know it. So when she accuses you of cheating, what she does is she sort of throws this Hail Mary to sort of take the spotlight off of herself. So those are the 10 ways that you can tell your girlfriend is lying to you. I'll keep the phone lines open for a few more minutes. I'm going to go back quickly to the to the other video because there were a lot of really good there were a lot of really good chat comments in there, and I wanted to see. That's weird. So it looks like I was back on. Yeah, see this internet thing, man, this is absolutely nuts, man. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. Yeah, this is over with. This is oh shit, wait a minute. So I'm going to try to bring up the other chats here. If you guys will bear with me. There's the chat replay. I know this is bad radio, guys. Forgive me. All right, excellent. Nah. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. If you guys have any questions, give me a call. Put the comments in the chat. I will get to them as best I can. And because we don't have, hundreds or possibly even thousands of people watching, I can actually be a little bit more liberal with my time. Let's see what we got here. Big Brandon is in the house. Good to see him. Good to see that he was in here. Good to see that. Big Brandon says a black man is always going to jail, and then Buck and Ride said, Brandon, get the fuck out of here with that. Listen, Buck and Ride, you got to check yourself, homie. Big Brandon he's a big time part of the show, so just relax. You guys are liking the Beta Donovan voice. Good stuff. Joel Seam says, put a GPS tracker on her car. Yeah, listen, man, when you go to those measures, listen, I'm not against that, right? Like, dude, I've got a GPS. I mean, I've got software on Devin's phone. Tells me where she is and what she's doing. The key is to let her know that you're doing it, right? So at that point, she has a choice to make. She can decide, okay, well, he knows where I'm going to be, so do I really want to be in a relationship with this guy? That's how that goes. George Bruno is in the house. Good to see him in here. I think he commented on the on the Twitter side. Levy C says, you're right. My ex-wife used to say about a guy she broke my marriage with, her colleague. He's just a child. His mom cooks his lunchbox, blah, 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 blah. Then they were in love. Yeah. I mean, again, I say this all the time. The more your wife or girlfriend tries to convince you that she doesn't want to have sex with whoever it is that you're suspicious of her trying to get with, the more she wants to have sex with him. This is just how it is, man. This is just how it is. Alexander Carpenter says, D, I love your shows. I am going through a divorce with a black woman. Then Alexander Carpenter says black women love white guys. Okay, so Listen, black women love white guys, but black women can't swirl like they say they can. Doesn't really, you know. Black women think they can swirl. They can't swirl. They can swirl. Big Brandon is still in the house. Good stuff. The Creole Empire says black men actually go to professional jobs more than jail. I don't know about that. The Creole Empire. But listen, I don't have any statistics or claims to back that up. I heard one stat. I heard one stat where it said something like there are more black men in jail or prison than there are in college. I don't know, man. I don't know what the numbers are on that, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm 100% sure that they're false. You know? Everyone's talking about the fact that they love my shirt. Yeah, dude, go to donovansharp.com. I think it's donovansharp.com/merch, or go to donovansharp.com. You guys can check out the TSR merch. DC, I can't even pronounce that name. Devansu Chakraborty. Jesus fucking Christ. Says a woman can't love a husband who is blind and complacent in marriage. Yep. Totally agree. Totally agree. Strike First Entertainment says Fios is way better. Yeah, this is it, man. And the thing is my internet is always stable. It is always stable. Always stable. Until I go live. And listen, I used to think it was a computer problem. So I bought a Mac Mini, right? Upgraded because I was actually using Devin's Mac when I first started streaming live. Decided to go to a Mac Mini. I was still having the problem. Then I dropped $5,000 on an iMac Pro. $5,000. This thing is all throttled out. I got all the extras. Internet still goes out. So this is not a hardware problem. This is clearly an internet problem. And Xfinity has absolutely they've on the internet side they've gotten my last dollar. That's it. I'm done with these guys. I'm tired of it. It doesn't make any sense. Buck and Ride says he said the line is busy. Let me try and call the phone line. Give me a second, Buck and Ride. 914. Wait a minute. You might not be calling the right number. 914-205-5356. Let's see here. It does say the line is busy. That's weird. I wonder why that is. Huh. Jesus fucking Christ. Is nothing working right? Hang on, guys. Hang on. I don't have to hit the weight room for another half an hour or so I don't mind trying to take a few phone calls. Let's see here. Dashboard. I know this was a terrible radio, but I'm going to try to get to the bottom of this here. Let's go live now. Let's see here. It's probably what happened the first time. All right, let's see what happens now. I saw an interesting comment in the chat. So Alexander Carpenter, direct connect. Alexander Carpenter says, Canada women make better wife material than Alexander Carpenter. You have never been to Canada, my friend. Canada. Oh, there we are. I see you in the queue, 813. Give me a second.
Start your show now. Press 1.
All right.
Your show is scheduled to start in
I had somebody jump in the fucking queue before this motherfucker even started. Goddamn. Free speech for a black man. Haven't seen you in here in a while. Says, I just ordered my first Gorilla Mind Rush. Yeah, dude, I love Gorilla Mind Rush. Dude, Devin's personal trainer.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
I actually hooked Devin's personal trainer up. 2, with 1. With a handful of Gorilla Mind Rush. He loves that stuff. Area codes 813 and 503. I'm going to get to you in just a second. But yeah, Alexander Carpenter says Canada women make better wife material. First, it's Canadian women, right? Let's use proper English. And next, yeah, dude, listen, Canada is a feminist hotbed, dude. Right? Like, dude, oh my God, Toronto, Canada, Montreal, Canada, Vancouver, British Columbia. Those are the worst. Those are absolutely the worst places to go if you're looking for a wife. So yeah, I think you need to, Alexander, you got to get out more. You got to get out more, man. Buck and Ride said, yeah, tried to call for a third time. Okay, Buck and Ride, like I've got the phones back up. I guess there was some sort of, oh, you want to know why the phones didn't work? It's because my fucking internet jumped out on me. That's why. So my internet jumped out on me. That killed the connection. Reynaldo Velasquez says, I think every man, every guy should learn how to read body language. It's a difficult skill, but it's worth learning. Absolutely. Absolutely. Free Speech for a Black Man says, I've been here. You just usually have 1,000 people watching. Well, the reason why Free Speech for a Black Man for this is because my main channel's been banned for 90 days. Somebody reported me, and what YouTube likes to do is they don't really like to give you warning. They like to give you 3 strikes. This is actually how they took down my other 2 channels. They just give me 3 strikes in a row. They didn't give me a chance to appeal or anything. They gave me 3 strikes in a row and took down my channel. Well, the reason why I think they didn't take down my channel this time is because I'm actually a profitable channel. Okay, I make YouTube. I make pretty good money on YouTube, but I make YouTube a shitload of money. So they said, okay, this guy's closing in on 50,000 subscribers. He makes us a shitload of money, right? Let's slap him on the wrist. So let's let him keep his channel. See what's going on. Alexander Carpenter, you got to call the show, dude. You're asking too many questions in the chat. You got to call the show, man. Got to call the show. All right, let us go to area code 813. Area code 813. You're on Live with Donovan. Go ahead.
Hey, Donovan.
Hey, what's up?
My name's Blake. I'm a new person to your content. It's been the last 2 weeks. I've been going through Red Pill about the last 2 years. Got some stiff lessons.
Good.
Single mom, beta conditioning, all that. And, I had something in my lizard brain that had been bothering me.
Okay.
I've been dating a single mom for 2 years. It was untraditional. I told her before I even met her that I was going to have a non-monogamous relationship, but if she wanted to be committed to me, So, of course, that was a little unbalanced, but she agreed to it. I thought I gave her my word and all that. And 3 months into the relationship, she makes a comment like, can you believe you would have this? Like, I didn't even know if I had time to fit you in my rotation.
Oh, Jesus.
So sure enough,
Christ.
like, the nature of women, and I say, oh, you're lying to me. Like, you're fucking the guys. And I go, I know that. Just be honest.
Right. Like,
anyway,
come on,
fast forward 2 years into it, and then I'm hearing your content, seeing these stories, breaking down all the media, and I go, I know she's lying to me. But at this point, I love her, and I go, I just need to get over this lie so that I can move forward. So mind you, a full 8 months ago, I told her, I go, I'd rather us break up so that you can be happy and, not hold you back. So sure enough, I put her feet to the fire. I catch her in full set of lies all the way down. I tell her I'm going to take pen and paper, break her all the way down, catch her in the lies, just like
wow.
you said. And so sure enough, just like you might guess, textbook red pill. Oh, yeah, the fucking beta loser who she was on again, off again, who was a single dad with a great job and a good home, looking for a mom for his kids.
Yeah.
She fucked that guy a year ago when I was working my second job. And she was so proud of me for building my future. And then sure enough, it fucked him twice in December when I never loved her more or gave her more.
Right.
So just
right.
incredible stuff.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks for the call. Listen, and again, this is why I like calls like this, is because guys are verifying this stuff, right? A lot of our detractors like to say, well, this is just your opinion. You're not dealing with the right women. You're basing this on it's not a large enough sample size. You're jaded. Listen, men didn't all get together and decide to tell exactly the same stories about women just so that we can have an excuse to run game on them. No, these are anecdotes. These are guys who are having all of the same experiences. Area code 503, I'm going to get to you in just a second. So the Creole Empire says there are far more black men in college than in jail. That racist myth was debunked years ago. The Creole Empire, my friend, you sound like a fake-ass pro-black, my nigga. You do. You sound like the type of black man. You sound like the type of black person that reacts adversely when someone says anything unflattering about the black race. How the fuck do you know there are more black men in college and jail? Did you count them? Like, how do you know? You said that racist myth was debunked years ago. Why don't you give me a call? And listen, I could be wrong. I could be wrong about you, but I don't know. Anytime black dudes, anytime black men specifically come in here talking about racist this and racist that, you are what I like to call a fake-ass pro-black. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, give me a call. We'll certainly hash it out on the air. But I do not, how can I put this? I have a very low tolerancy for African-American males who are blinded by their own race. African-American males who allow themselves to be brainwashed by the left. African-American males who are always trying to call us victims. Now, there are far more black men in college than in jail. It's not really a victim mentality. That would obviously mean that we're doing a lot better, I guess, than most people might think. But the fake-ass pro-black, and you guys can go back and listen to the archive on that. Listen, you can listen to anything on the archive on SoundCloud. There are, well, not anything. Most of my archive is available on Patreon, right? But I think the fake-ass pro-black or whatever, I think that might be on SoundCloud. But give me a call. Listen, if I'm wrong about you, then you need to give me a call and say so. Let's go to area code 503. Area code 503. You're on Live at Donovan. Go ahead.
Good morning. Hey, Donovan, I'll put this out straight. I'm in my mid-60s. I grew up as a baby boomer.
Okay.
And what you say is right on. I'll stamp and put my signature across it because I've seen this stuff going back to the late 60s, growing up in the traditional family and all this stuff and hearing the Disneyland fairy tale story.
Right.
And then watching, my group of people, I was on the younger end of it, watching people 3 to 4 or 5 years ahead of me do this stuff, then crash and burn. And,
wow.
And I sat there and would think about it. I go, it just doesn't add up.
Right.
It just doesn't add up what's going on. And I said, I'm not getting married until I figure this out. Well, I kind of figured it out now, but this stuff, I think the worst thing is now is that with, the internet and telephone, cell phone, people can hook up or transmit stuff so much faster that it's taken the stuff that's been going on for 40 years and it's just brought it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
And then with one of my, watching my older brothers, one brother, his wife would sit there this goes back a long time ago. They used to charge you for every minute on your telephone call.
Yeah, right.
Cross. I got this secondhand, through her. She would sit on the telephone with her sister and watch soap operas all day long and sit there and gab. And I think it got so bad that she started to believe this fantasy lie that they were watching, and then the rest is history. But it's because she started out. Well, they got married, but they didn't have any kids. But I'm going to be a stay-at-home wife. Well, no, get your ass out, start working. Why are you staying home? There's no kids or anything there. And they would sit and watch those daytime shows. But that's about it, unless you got something else for me. That's what I wanted to say.
No, absolutely. And thanks for the call, area code 503. This is how useless women are. They want to sit around and watch soap operas. Well, I think there was I don't know, he's old enough to remember when sitting around watching soap operas and eating bonbons was sort of the stereotypical caricature of the lazy American wife. Andrew Chandler says, is that a MOVA globe? Yes, it is absolutely a MOVA globe. It rotates in the light. That is absolutely a MOVA globe. All right, 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get it on the show. Alexander Carpenter, the reason why I timed you out is because you said, call the show, LOL. I don't really know what was so funny, but call the show. 787, you're on live. Go ahead.
Hey, Donovan, how you doing?
Doing good. Are you hearing that ticking sound, by the way? Area code 787?
No, I'm not hearing that. My name is Daniel. I apologize for introducing myself. How you doing?
That's cool.
I actually wanted to give an example. I had a virgin bride.
Okay.
And I bought the house. I moved to where she was. You know, house was fully paid off. I went into a new job market and everything. And I adjusted because it was a different culture. And after 3.5 years, she was not having it. And she changed her mind. She didn't want to have any kids. Did the whole bait and switch with that. But the other thing was what I really wanted to call about was one day, because we lived in a closed community. So one day she said good morning to the security guard, and we're talking. And then she said good morning to him again with like a certain smile. And you know what? Right then and there, I was like, you know what? I don't know if she's banging him or not, but I'm done. Like, there's enough. She has interest in other areas. So
that's it.
I mean, guys got to stop going against their gut.
Yeah. It was that second time she said hello to him, and then she smiled, right? Like a lot of guys.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
You always know. And thanks for the call, 787. Yeah, listen. Girls will tell on themselves, man. Girls will absolutely tell on themselves. If there's a guy she's interested in, she'll make herself available to that guy, right? So if your wife or girlfriend says, "Hey, honey, I'm gonna stop by a big gas station here is the Wawa. There's Wawas all over Philly. Hey, I'm gonna stop by a Wawa. Okay, are you gonna stop by Wawa near here? Or no, there's the new one just opened up. Okay, right? Like that's how that goes. When they stop by the Wawa, it's like, oh, why all of a sudden do you want to stop by that Wawa? Why do you want to stop by that Exxon? Why do you want to stop by that Texaco? It's because there's someone there she wants to see, right? That's how that goes. BK from the Rocky says, I do hear some ticking during the phone calls. Maybe something's off. I don't know if it's, dude, it's probably this fucked up internet that I'm dealing with here. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 216. You're on live at Donovan. Yeah, there's definitely. Hang on a second. Yeah, there is absolutely something going on with the phone lines. Hang on a second, guys. Just give me a second here. All right, let's see if that clears it up. No, the ticking is still there. What the fuck is that? Let's hang on a second. Yeah, just 216. Hang tight for me, man. I don't really know what that ticking sound is or where it's coming from. Yeah, you guys hear a ticking sound? I think it's probably yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. I do not know. I don't know. All right, well, we'll try to tough our way through it. All right, area code 216. You're on live at Donovan, and you go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, this Alex Carpenter, the one you kicked off the group chat.
Yep. What's up?
All right. I'm calling today. I got a question.
Sure.
Now, I am going through a divorce, whatever. I didn't see the signs right away. I did catch her on Facebook. The guy she ended up messing with was like a 62-year-old man, blah, 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 blah. But since I've been out of my divorce, because she's been the only woman I've been with for like 16 years. So now I'm back out in the dating field. And I met this one girl off Hinge, just like a dating app.
Okay.
And her thing is she wants a man to pay for everything because she believes in she claims she's old school where the wife stay home, take care of the kids, the household, and the man go work. I told her that's no problem, but I told her at the same time, I'm not about to just throw everything to this one woman, and when you decide to walk out, I got to pay you alimony, blah, 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 blah. But that's the one thing I was going to ask you about. Should I give her you time, or should I just like, because she stay in Pittsburgh, and I stay in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
And
No, hold on. Let me
I thought
stop you.
about that.
Hold on. Let me stop you right there. This is a long distance relationship, right? And I have to put you in the back because for whatever reason I don't know where that ticking sound is coming from. But 216, I still see you in the queue, and I'll let you talk here in a minute. Absolutely, no. That's it. Ditch this chick. You're in Cleveland. She is in Pittsburgh, right? Long distance relationships never, ever, ever, ever work. Ever. Dude, listen, man. Just don't do it, man. Long distance relationships are never a good idea. Never a good idea. Dude, what is that sound? That is really. Hang on a second. I gotta hang up on him. I don't know if it's my dude. Oh, there it is. Okay. So now, okay, area code 510, you're on live with Donovan. I do not hear the clicking sound, but go ahead, 510.
Oh, hi, Donovan. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, man. I just wanted to tell you a story that happened a while ago.
Okay.
I caught my girlfriend possibly lying, and when we were watching TV, and I started to ask some questions. I saw all the signs that you described earlier. And one thing that happened is this: I noticed that she was making up stories and exaggerating her reaction.
Okay.
So I asked her, what did the guy in the movie say? And she didn't know. You see.
Of course she didn't know.
My point is that she was worrying about this and coming up with all these ideas and trying to figure out what to say to hide her life.
Right.
And she was not paying attention to what was happening. That was the TV.
Jesus.
Yeah, and that's how I realized that she was lying to me.
There you go. There you go,
Do
man.
you understand?
Oh, no. Listen. I completely get it. And again, and I'll say this again because it's worth noting. Women will always leave breadcrumbs. Some breadcrumbs are bigger than others, okay? But women always leave breadcrumbs. The only women who never leave breadcrumbs are the borderline personality disorder girls of the world. Girls who are dark triad. Okay? These are women who are, and again, even if a woman is a great liar, she's a professional liar, professional cheater, etc., they always leave breadcrumbs because it is human nature for us to leave a clue behind. We as men, we can't help it. Women can't help it. If a woman is cheating on you, if a woman is lying to you about her whereabouts, it might be difficult to tell whether or not she's telling the truth, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Let us go to area code 347. Area code 347, you're on live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, Donovan. Happy New Year, and I'm sorry to hear about what happened on YouTube, man.
Yeah, it happens.
Dude, I got a story to tell you. I didn't even believe it when I heard it.
Okay, go ahead.
So my college roommate, he's staying by me now. He's sleeping on my couch. Now, this story is weird, man. So There's this chick. So my college roommate, he was working with this guy, his coworker.
Okay.
The coworker married a foreign girl, and brought her into the country.
Oh, that's mistake number one, dude. That's a mistake. Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, 347, but let the record show that if you cannot, under any circumstances, gentlemen, marry a girl who is foreign and then bring her to America, she will be corrupted by feminism. She'll be corrupted by America. If you think that Ukrainian girl, that Argentinian girl, that Russian girl, that Brazilian girl is going to come to the States, the girl from Thailand, if you think she's going to come to the States and maintain her femininity, her sense of traditional femininity, deferring to masculinity, nothing could be further from the truth. America corrupts women. Go ahead. Keep going.
Well, it wasn't feminism that corrupted her. It was my ex-college roommate.
Oh,
so he started dating her. So he started sleeping with her. And get this, he sort of started having feelings or something.
Right.
But then she is working at the same company now. She started sleeping with their manager.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all. That doesn't surprise me at all, man. Listen, as
So
crazy as that sounds, that doesn't surprise me. So he starts fucking a girl, right? They work together. She starts fucking the manager. And the reason she started fucking the manager is because the manager has a higher position on the hierarchy than he does. Simple math.
The hypergamy, man.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I mean, this is MGTOW 101.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling
Red
you.
Pill 101.
But listen, and thanks for the call. 347. Dude, I love hearing those stories. I love hearing these stories because they always verify what we already know. And a lot of guys misuse the word hypergamy. Area code 850, you're next, followed by 909, 469, and 561. Okay? So 850, 909, there's Big Brandon, and then area code 561. You guys are the next four in that order. A lot of guys misuse the word hypergamy. Well, the reason why women cheat is because of hypergamy. Yeah, but you have to understand hypergamy, the way it presents varies from girl to girl, right? Well, my girl cheated on me because of hypergamy. No, your girl cheated on because you got fat, you got lazy, you lost your drive, right? Yes, her hypergamous ways caused her to want to upgrade from someone other than you, but only because your value plummeted, right? Like, that's how that goes. That guy used hypergamy in the right way. There are a lot of guys who call themselves MGTOWs, a lot of guys who call themselves red pill guys who misuse the word hypergamy. Hypergamy explains all of women's bad behavior. No. When a woman cheats on you, it's not because of hypergamy. It's because your value is lower. That's how that works, or at least that's the way it is most of the time. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 850, you're on live with Donovan. It appears the ticking sound has gone, so I'm glad about that. 850, Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man, the clicking's gone. How you doing today, Donovan?
Doing good, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to share a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was dating this girl, and I was over at her house, and we were going to watch Game of Thrones. I think it had just came back on. She had the HBO Now app.
Okay.
And when we went to open up the app, we looked, and there was an email on there, and it had the name Kyle.
Uh-oh.
And I said, who's Kyle? Who's Kyle? And she's like, this is just some guy that I dated a while back. And I was like, oh, yeah? And she's like, yeah, he was just this guy, he was in the Air Force. And I was like, oh, okay, well, what did he do? Oh, well, he was, told me what his job description was. And I'm like, wait a minute, do you mean Kyle X? Whatever his last name is, I'm not going to put it on the air. And she's like, yeah, you know him? What? I was like, yeah, I do. He actually tried to get with this girl that I used to date. I'm really not too fond of the guy. And she's like, oh, yeah, he was just, we just kind of dated for about 4, maybe 6 weeks. It wasn't anything serious. And, I think he was gay anyways. And I was like, okay, well, me being blinded by the great sex that I was getting from this BPD chick, just went blind to it and was like, oh, yeah, whatever. He was kind of a tool bag, right? So about a year and a half later, we started going through a lot of crazy issues. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start verifying some of the stories that she's told me.
Okay.
Reached out to the guy, find out they had actually dated for like 3 to 4 months. They were Facebook official. He broke up with her because she was like stalking him at his work and all this other kind of stuff. So basically what this is when they try to just minimize something like that, or they give so much detail about it, she was lying right out of the gate, but I just didn't see it.
Right. What really, really clued me in is when she says, oh, and I think he's probably gay. Right? Like, that is the, like to me, that is the ultimate Hail Mary. When a woman is telling you something and she can see that you're not exactly buying what she's selling you, they throw that Hail Mary. Well, he's probably gay. Anytime, and this is so funny, call, and thanks for the call, area code 850. There's a hell of a story. What happens is Devin, and Devin knows who I am. She knows I'm Donovan Sharp. She understands exactly what's what with me. Like, she knows that she can't, she knows what's up. But anytime and she doesn't have to do this, right? Like, she doesn't have to tell me when someone in their company hires someone, but she'll offhandedly, oh yeah, we hired this guy and blah, 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 blah. And you can see her starting to do the math. Oh, and don't worry, there's nothing for you to worry about, blah, 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 blah. She knows that what she tells me, when she tells me don't worry about X, Y, and Z, she knows that I know that that's not really what that means. So what she'll do, she'll break out her phone. She'll be like, look, there's this guy and that guy. She actually had a work function. She had a work function a couple nights ago, and I actually got to see a lot of these guys up close and personal. And, listen, man, I mean, she works for a tech company. Most guys who work in tech are schlubs. But even she knows that, hey, listen, man, the more I try to convince Donovan that this XYZ person is not sexually attractive to me, the more he's going to think. So, and again, this is why I tell her, listen, man, I want honesty. You don't have to give me full disclosure. And I tell her, listen, if you cheat on me with one of these fuck faces, the joke is not on me. Like, the joke's on you. That's some funny shit. All right, let us go back to the phone lines. And area code 909. Area code 909, you're on Live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Hey, Donovan, what's up? Good afternoon to you.
What's up, man?
Nothing. First, before I even ask this question, I just want to tell you I thank you and appreciate all that you've done and how you continue to just speak 100% gospel to us men. But
appreciate that, man. Thank you.
I just wanted to shift the topic a little bit here. I know you were discussing about how women get over us online and what have you, but yeah. I just wanted to point something out. There's a lot of motherfuckers, that can't even get honest with themselves to even realize how women get over us and play us and all that.
Oh yeah.
Now, I just want to use myself as an example. I take good care of myself. I stack my money. I have a good amount of chump change in my 401k. I feel good about myself, and I consider myself a high quality value man. Now, one of the problems I've always had is every relationship that I've had has been steady, but I've heard you say this in your previous episode, saying that living the red pill life, you feel like you have to have a side chick. Now, I kind of hit a wall in my life where I'm kind of wondering, do I need to get honest with myself and see, do I have a problem? Because it seems like I always have the need to have a second side chick.
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's reflection. Maybe I need to take a step back and look at myself to see what I need to improve, because I'm not trying to go through another year.
No, I'm with you.
Guessing myself, I hear what you're saying. We need to better ourselves every day and not get comfortable.
Right.
And I've noticed that area of my life has been a comfort zone for me. So I don't know what my problem is.
There is no problem with wanting to be fucking more than one girl at one time, right? And the reason why, and again, regardless of how much game you have, regardless of how much of a stone cold player you are, regardless of how many times you can or cannot get away with cheating on your girl, there's an inherent amount of guilt that comes with it. Now, there is guilt to varying degrees, right? If a guy fucks around on his girl all the time, and he probably doesn't care, but there's a little part of him that does feel guilty, especially if she's good to him. The better a girl is to us, the worse we feel about cheating on said girl. Now, that being said, there's nothing wrong with you for wanting to be having sex with more than one girl. The only and I would submit this to you. I think the reason why you're starting to think, okay, what's wrong with me if I want to be fucking more than one girl, is that the girl that you are with is good to you and you don't want to wrong her, but your sex drive is telling you to go out and seek new pussy. Does that sound about right, or is it something else?
Yeah, I could say that sounds about right, but I understand that, just going back to everything what you said in past episodes, how some of the times we need to leave females the fuck alone and continue to look in areas where we need to keep sharpening our game.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I think that I fall short in.
Oh, I see. I'm with you. No. Listen, and you actually answered your own question, and that is 100% correct. Anytime you start to feel like you have hit a wall, anytime you start to feel like you've hit a wall with a female, what's really happening is that you've hit a wall with yourself, right? You've hit a wall with a female, so you think, I want to go out and get other pussy, but I kind of feel like I've hit a wall. This means you probably need to leave women alone. And the reason why you need to leave women alone is so that you can get your edge back. Listen, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I'm Donovan Sharp. Don't get me wrong. And, I've slept with, hundreds of women and all this other kind of stuff. But being with Devin has really, it's made me a little softer. Not so soft to the point to where I'm a beta schlub or I don't know what I'm talking about. But the Donovan Sharp that was in Vegas, 3 short years ago, is a very different individual operationally than the Donovan Sharp you see now. Listen, it's a different time. I have different priorities. And I'm not trying to use that as an excuse, but I'm telling you is that I didn't have as much, I had a different kind of edge when I was in Vegas than I do have here. When I was in Vegas, dude, I wanted to make as much money as possible, fuck as many girls as possible, et cetera, et cetera. The Donovan Sharp that I see here today, I want to have a physical edge, but I also want to build my brand. Those are two different things. It takes a lot more intensity to do what I did in Vegas than what I have to do here. So yeah, I think you've answered your own question. I think when you feel like you've hit a wall with a girl and you feel like you need to go out and cheat, the reason why you feel like you need to go out and cheat is to sort of prove to yourself that you still got it, that you still have that edge. But any man can go out and cheat. So what's really happening is that, okay,
right,
if I feel the need to go out and prove that I can still bang other chicks, then maybe I have hit a wall. Maybe that's my mind, my subconscious trying to tell me, hey, I want an excuse not to continue to go out and pursue excellence, to chase excellence. So I'm going to go out here and fuck this other girl to prove to myself that, you know what, I am still excellent. No. You absolutely, just like you said, sometimes you just need to leave girls the fuck alone, man. And I always recommend this to guys. If you're not in a long-term relationship, thanks for the call, area code 909. If you're not in a long-term relationship with a female, definitely try to fuck as much pussy as you can. But in a year's time, I would say this, I would say every 6 months you need to take a month, or every 6 months you need to take a month off. So every year there needs to be 60 days. They don't have to be consecutive, right? But take 2 30-day breaks just to sort of get off the grid, get into monk mode. I used to do this when I was in Vegas. Every 3 or 4 months, I would take 2 to 3 weeks. I would get off the grid. I'd spend hours in the gym. I'd spend hours working on different projects, improving my homes, whatever the case may be. Didn't touch, didn't talk to, didn't fuck any girls. Just focused on me. After that 3-week period, I had my edge back. I was ready and I was fresh. That was the reason for a lot of my extreme success, because I used to take breaks. I used to take 2 and 3 week breaks off from women. I didn't talk to them. I didn't do anything with women, right? So that's what that guy needs to do. He needs to go into sort of a monk mode. And monk mode is kind of hitting the reset button. And I think that guys should go into monk mode. Single guys should go into monk mode every 6 months. So twice a year. January, February, March, April, May, chase as much pussy as possible. June, focus on yourself. Then July, August, September, October, November, smash as much ass as you can. Then December, take it back a notch. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Very, very good question there by area code 909. Very good question. Let's go back to the phone lines. Big motherfucking Brandon. Brandon, listen, man, you found me. They put a lock on my strip club. They said I can't go to my club for 90 days. So you found me right down here, right down the street. How's it going, big man?
Man, I'm good, my man. I'm great. I'm glad I found you. I subscribe to these backup channels to have a backup for the backup.
There it is. There it is, man. Yeah, listen. And you've followed me. You've actually followed me for a little while, but you weren't there in the beginning. Like, you probably know this by now, but dude, I've lost 2 YouTube channels, 2 Facebook pages, a Twitter page. So this is not new to me. I've got a backup to the backup to the backup to the contingency to the backup. So they're not stopping this train.
That is very sharp reality of you, and
That's
also
right.
very smart of you in this time.
That's right.
So, okay, you were talking about women cheating and catching them in lies.
Yeah.
Okay, so story time in the strip club world.
Let's do it. Make it rain.
Being a strip club manager, was dating a dancer. Yeah, don't judge me. I just did
boy.
it.
Hey,
Listen,
I done made that mistake
dating
too.
a dancer. Okay. I had my days off. I took my days off, and my girlfriend was working. So one of the days, I call her. She didn't answer the phone. You know, I'm thinking, okay, it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Normally she answers the phone. Right? She didn't pick up. So I call her again in the morning. I'm like, she probably got home, fell asleep. She didn't answer. I call in the afternoon. She still did not answer. So after my day off was up, I go back to work. She's at work. I'm like, hey, how you been? She's like, good.
Boy.
I'm like, all right, I heard from you. And I noticed her girlfriends, her little clique, wasn't clicking over with her, right? They weren't around her in the dressing room like they normally are, right? And they were over by me a lot. They were actually like being uber friendly to me for some weird reason. I don't know why. They
there
just
it
were.
is. I'm telling you.
So I'm like, okay. So she comes over to me. My girlfriend comes over later on. She goes, yeah, we all went out and got really drunk at work. Then went to another club and got even more drunk. And then I just came home and passed out.
Oh,
and I was like, so all of your friends went out drinking? She's like, yeah. So when I walked away from her, one of her friends, her stage name was Chantal.
Okay.
She's like, what's the problem? I'm like, y'all all went out drinking last night? And Chantal goes, Brandon, you know I'm allergic to liquor. I don't drink.
Allergic to liquor?
She goes, and she said it and apologized for my language. She goes, you need to ask your bitch more questions.
Oh, shit. So she put you up on the game for real?
She referred to, and the dancer who I was dating's name was Jezebel, by the way. She referred to her as bitch, and I'm like, that's an aggressive terminology off the top.
Of course.
So another one of her friends walks over and keep it short. She comes over to me later on. She goes, we didn't go out. Your girl left early with my boyfriend and his friend, and they all fucked.
Wow. So she got the train ran on her.
Right.
Unbelievable, man.
We get in the car, and my then girlfriend's crying to me. She goes, oh, okay, well, I know you heard what was said, but let me tell you the truth about it. I got drunk. They slipped something in my drink, right? Took me home and raped me.
Oh.
I'm like...
So she left work early voluntarily, but they roofied her and raped her. But somehow she's back at work. What was there no police report? Like, what did the cops say?
And that's what, and that was the first thing out my mouth. Oh, well, let us go back to work, get her boyfriend's name and information, and we can press charges. I don't want to bring that kind of drama on the club.
Oh, of course not. Of course you don't.
So I get her home. I get her back to her apartment. She's like, are you going to come in? I'm like, no, I'm going to head back to my apartment, right? Get home, and me, myself, and I talk to all the girls. They confirm all this stuff. The girl ends the relationship with her boyfriend, and she gets a revenge lay with me.
Oh, okay.
And then
so your girl fucked old girl's boyfriend. So you fucked the dude who fucked your girl. You fucked his girl.
Yeah, in the manager's office.
Oh, yes, sir.
On the table.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, listen, man. Yep. That's how it's done. That is exactly how it's done.
The strip club lifestyle back in the day. The memories.
Dude,
the memories.
Listen, before I let you go, I want you, because a lot of guys are always hitting me up. Donovan, I want to know about strip club game. I get so many emails from guys asking me, how can I date a stripper? How can I make a stripper my main chick? One guy even emailed me, Donovan, I know this is a stupid question, but can I make a stripper my wife? Brandon, listen, man. I'm trying to tell these niggas this is not what you should be doing. They're not listening to me. I want you, before I let you go here, I want you to tell these dudes why dating strippers is an egregious mischaracterization of what we like to call good judgment.
Okay, first of all, it's horrific judgment. It's like a dope boy and a stripper getting together in a long-term relationship. It's just bad. Don't do it. They're damaged. The majority of them are mentally damaged.
Yep.
They're professional liars. You have to understand, as my brother told me before, the stripper's job is to manipulate men into a fantasy that will never become a reality to get money. She's a professional liar.
That's what they do, man.
Why would you do that?
This is exactly what they do. Thanks for the call, Big Brandon.
And that's what. Oh, go ahead. All right. Thank you, my man, Donovan.
Big Brandon checking in. He's the official TSR bouncer. I've just modded him in the chat. Janik Latalian, I think that's how you pronounce that name. I've just modded you in the chat. BK from the Rockies and Mr. E1976. I've modded you in the other chat. So the guys that I recognize, the guys that I trust, BK from the Rockies, Mystery 1976, these guys have followed me forever. These are guys who are subscribed to my very first. This is my Jesus Christ. This is my 1, 2, 3. This is my 3rd and 4th YouTube channel. Those guys have been with me from the start. Let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 619. You're on Live with Donovan. Go ahead.
What's up, Donovan, man? This is Creole Empire. What's going on?
Hey, Creole, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, I wanted to talk to you about my post about the the statistics with the people, the black men going to prison and going to
yes.
college situation.
Yeah, please clarify.
Yeah. So here's the situation, man. Like, I've been following your show for a while. I fuck with your content. I recently got, I guess you could say, a red pill awakening about last year. I was dating a Brazilian chick, and I dealt with a lot of bullshit. So I went up and I found your videos, some other brothers' videos, kind of some of the stuff I've been living for years, and it kind of, I fuck with it. So anyway, but the whole thing with the black men in jail and prison and the college thing, I've heard that for years.
Okay.
I've never gone to prison myself. I have, friends and cousins in prison, like a lot of brothers. We all have thugs in our family, gangsters we grew up with. I live in California, but I'm from Texas originally, right? So I when I put that on your show, I researched that and I went and found a statistic from 2013.
Okay.
So this isn't something that I just pulled out of my ass. And
okay. All right.
I'm not one of these guys that's I'm not one of these brothers that's how should I say, influenced by the left. I don't trust the left or the right.
All right.
I'm 45 years old. I've dealt with racism my entire life. I grew up in the South. I've dealt with all the bullshit. So when I put something on there, it's real.
That's not arbitrary. Okay.
And I've also, say it again now?
I said no. So it's not arbitrary then.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I don't just like. I'm not one of these dudes that gets up there saying, nonsense about black victims. Like, yeah, they're black men that fuck up. They're black men that do dumb shit. I've done dumb shit. I'm sure you've done dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So it's a thing where I just don't like when I see black men stereotyped and generalized. And I've dealt with the racial profiling. I've dealt with guns in my. I actually lived in Vegas back in the '90s myself. I lived in the West Side. I'm sure you're familiar with the West Side of Vegas, how it used to be.
Oh yeah.
So,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like I've dealt with all that shit too, and I'm also highly educated. Been to college. I've taken a black studies classes. I don't have a victimhood mentality. You get what you pay for in life. You know what I mean? But at the same time, and I've also hollered at you on Twitter about some of the things you said about black women.
Right.
Like when I say that, let me clarify where, I've had problems with black women as well. I've dealt with stupid ass black women. I've dealt with black women that have acted out of pocket and done all that stuff too. But my whole take on it is like, I'm not going to generalize an entire group of people because my girlfriend now, she's from England. She's a white girl, but I've dated white girls, Latinas, Asians. I've dated everything. I mean, when you live in the West Coast, a lot of times there's more variety. I just don't like when a person will shit on a whole. I was raised by a black woman as well. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, let me stop you right there. Hold on.
Not like this is.
Hold on. Listen. Listen. You make a good point. You were raised by a black woman as well. What does that have to do with anything, right? Like just because you were raised, and a lot of people. Hold on. Let me finish. A lot of people say, Donovan, my God, you shit on black women and this and that and the other. Your mama was black. What does that have to do with my experience with black women? That's the first point that I'm going to make. The second point that I'm going to make is when we when a lot of guys come at me with, let's just take women. All women are like that. Well, Donovan, you're generalizing, right? You're what kind of women have you dealt with? Not all women are like that. When people say that you're generalizing, this means that they know that there is a kernel or a nugget of truth in what these generalizations are. Does this mean that every single solitary woman, 110% under the sun, are like that? Of course not. But you can't deny, caller, you cannot deny that black men specifically, all across this nation, they all have the same stories when talking about dealing with American black women within the context of a sexual relationship. So and here's another thing. Stereotypes, brother, exist for a reason. Is every single solitary black woman undateable? Absolutely not. There are some black women who are dateable, but the vast majority of them are not. So if someone wants to tell me, well, Donovan, you're generalizing, you can call it whatever you want. The vast majority of American black women today in 2020 are undateable, and I'm not going to have anybody tell me that I'm generalizing. I speak from personal experience and the experience of millions of black men across the country. What say you?
Okay. Well, no, I the way you frame that, I agree with you. Like, I've dealt with crazy black chicks, and I've dealt with bullshit too. So I mean, I'm sure me and you probably got some of the same stories.
Sure.
So the way you frame it, that makes more sense.
Right.
And the thing is, the whole and you are right about the whole. What's I gonna say about the being raised by a black woman? Yeah, I mean, my mom is different than your mom is different than, and honestly, it honestly doesn't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
I feel what you're saying. I mean, the way you clarified it like that is cool. My thing is like, I've argued with black women about interracial dating. I've argued with black women that call brothers like you and me like weak because we date white women or whatever.
Right,
I've dealt with that stupid shit. I've dealt with, all around the board. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I will tell you this, caller.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like.
No. I will tell you this, caller.
Say it again?
I will tell you this, caller. And if I'm being 100% honest, I think that as a content creator, I think most people understand that we're a bit more theatrical when we're on the air, right? Like the way I'm talking right now, yeah, this is the way I am out in the real world, but not as overtly as I am. Part of what I do, my mannerisms, the way I talk, the things I say, a lot of it is for entertainment and shock value. That isn't to say that I embellish. This isn't to say that I embellish things, but we have all a lot of times I will exaggerate for, I guess, comedic effect. So when I say, well, if you're dating a girl who looks like XYZ, chances are she's probably had sex with 967 men. Now, does that mean that I really believe she's had sex with 967 men? Probably not. But you exaggerate for, not only do I exaggerate for effect, I exaggerate to get the point across. Because if I say, well, some black women do XYZ, people aren't really going to take notice. But when I say, hey, check this out. Here's what you can expect from the typical black woman, or here's what you can expect from the typical American woman. You have to exaggerate not only for effect, you have to exaggerate to get the point across. So I will concede, I will certainly concede that yes, there are some things that I do that are a little over the top theatrical. Sometimes, sometimes I get a little bit more boisterous, a little more animated. Sometimes I say things that are a little bit more provocative to make sure that I get the attention that I want to get on said subject. But all of that said, I 100% stand behind anything and everything that I have ever said about black women, and I don't regret it not one bit. Right? Like, we both date white girls at this point. Okay. But just like you said, your mother is different from my mother, no doubt about it. But guess what? If I'm being honest with you, my mother embodies a lot of the sexual stereotypes that come with today's black woman. Ergo, having sex with every N-word she sees to try to keep it clean for YouTube. I'll give you the last word, 619. Go ahead.
Okay, man. Yeah. Hey, well, it's great talking to you, brother. I mean, the thing is, I'm going to be honest with you. It's hard to be red-pilled and conscious. I'm not a fake pro-black. I love my people. I love what we've done. I love, of course, our legacy in this country. But at the same time, it's hard out here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's like, I love you. I mean, it's just crazy because, like, I've just hit you on Twitter. Mm-hmm. This is the first time I'm talking to you. I follow all your channels. So just keep up the good work, man. It's like, now that we clarified that we good, and I'm just going to keep doing, watching your stuff, man. Absolutely. And thanks for being respectful, area code 619. Very well spoken. Very well spoken was area code 619. Very well spoken. All right, let's go to, area code 973. You're going to be right after area code 850. Real quick, before I go to area code 850, I'm going to read just a couple of the chats. 850, stay with me in the chat. Give me a second here. So GLR says, hey, so yes, you caught her lying. She denies and tried to make you seem crazy, jealous, or insecure. So it would be an honorable and powerful way to deal with the situation. So what would be an honorable and powerful way to deal with the situation? If you catch your girl lying, if you catch your girl cheating or lying about cheating, there is no honorable way to do anything. You got to drop her like a bad habit. Listen, a woman, never, ever, ever, ever take back a cheating female. Listen, I've done this more times than I care to admit, and it never, ever, ever works out. Never, ever. There is no honorable way to deal with this stuff. Janik Latalian says, going to copy my Rule Zero Facebook post here. Good stuff. Says, as well as put out by Dick Masterson, 99% of a group of people have a flaw. All of them will say and think that they're the 1%. I don't think that's the case with area code 619. He is very well spoken, and we exchanged some ideas. There are going to be some things that we fundamentally disagree on, but at the end of that phone call, I think we both have a little bit more respect for one another. But you're right. You're right, Janik.
And those are the fake-ass pro-blacks. Like, fake-ass pro-blacks they want the world to believe that we have all of the strengths of men without any of the weaknesses. We're the biggest, we're the strongest, we're the fastest, we're the most intelligent, we're this, we're that. No. Listen, every race of human has flaws. But black people, and I'm not talking about 619 here because he appears to be actually quite intelligent. But there are so many black people, black men, that anytime somebody makes unflattering comments about black people, oh, that's completely and totally untrue. It's ridiculous. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. Let's go to area code 850. Area code 850, you're on live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Hey, Donovan, this is the guy that was talking to you about the HBO Now app thing earlier. My call dropped for whatever reason.
Okay. We'll go ahead and finish up.
I just wanted to verify something with you as well. Anytime you have someone try to tell you, I'm loyal, I'm honest, you can trust me, things like that, typically they're completely opposite of that, right? Would you concur 100%. With that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We all know that, actions speak louder than words. And the more a woman tries to convince you of what she is, the more likely it is that she is absolutely the opposite.
Right. And that's the things with the individual I was telling you about, that a lot of those things kind of came out. I'm loyal, you can trust me, I'd never cheat, this, that, and the other. 2 years later down the road in the relationship, she finally confessed to me that she had cheated on everyone she'd ever been with since she was in fucking high school, right?
Oh my God.
So, that's definitely where it comes from, and like I said earlier, all that stuff was just right there. All those red flags are there right from the beginning. They start trying to minimize things. They start to tell you can trust me, all this stuff. Just get away from it. No one should ever have to tell you that they're a trustworthy person. Their actions are going to speak way louder than words, just like you said.
That is exactly correct.
I just wanted to follow up with that because, some other people would kind of talk about those things, and I know you hit on that for a while. And the more detailed they get about things, the more they try to tell you about who they are and try to convince you of something they're completely different than that.
Oh, dude, 100%. Thanks for the call, area code 850. Yeah, listen, he's 100% right. If a woman, and it's so funny, what women try to do these days is they try to tell you, well, I'm traditional. Like, that's the new thing with girls, because they know that guys are starting to understand that women are sluts. Women cheat, right? They understand that feminism has literally rendered them useless. So they're proactive. Well, I'm not a feminist. I'm traditional. They tell you they're traditional, but then they want to bitch and moan about the pay gap, right? I'm traditionally feminine. Really? Unlock your phone and hand it to me. What are you talking about? I thought you said you were traditional. Traditional femininity means giving up all autonomy when in a relationship with a man. Hand me your phone. What they say and do are always two different things. Last call of the day, area code 973. You're on live with Donovan. Go ahead.
Hey, Donovan. What's up? It's Greg.
Hey, Greg. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. Happy New Year.
Oh, you too, man. Thank you. Happy New Year.
First things first. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I definitely, when I do start my podcast, I definitely got to talk to Big Brandon if he's listening. I got to talk to that guy. That guy's fucking funny.
It's funny.
First off, I'm 20.
Listen, one thing that they say about Big Brandon, they say that Big Brandon sounds like the final boss on whatever video game. It's fucking hilarious.
He reminds me of it's either a Sega Genesis or PlayStation 1. Look, I'm a fucking dork, so that's what Big Brandon reminds me of.
Hey, listen, man, you're mentioning Sega Genesis. We're talking about we're talking about games like Altered Beast, Herzog's Way. Oh, dude, I could talk about Sega Genesis all day long. But go ahead. I don't want to get sidetracked.
No. I don't want to waste your time. But I do want to talk about that the pro-black guy. I actually do like him. I used to be pro-black, but now I'm a black man. And if you look, picture a guy with Bob Marley dreads, and that's me.
Okay.
All right. But I found out that black women just want all the benefits of being pro-black. They always talk about we're queens and we want our men to be kings and all that. Turns out it's all about them. It's not about the community. It's not about family. It's not about any of that. And I found out the hard way when I dated a black woman and then started dating a white one. Like, I was like neck and neck at both of them. And the black woman was like, oh, well, I thought we were doing this and that. And I was like, well, first off, I found out that you were cheating with 5 other white men. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to date this white woman over here. all the pro-black women just went after me, and I had to go ghost after that.
Right.
Like I just found out that you know what, and you know what, I'm not with the white one anymore. But I found out like all women are like this.
Yes.
All women are like this. No matter how nice they are, no matter how much they, you know, they say these things, they have passwords, they know how to do it.
They do.
And I just found out, you know what? It doesn't matter if you're pro-black. It doesn't matter if you're pro-Trump. It doesn't matter about any of that shit. Women are going to do what they have to do in order to get either the dick or the money.
Yo.
And that's just it. I mean, you know.
Listen, check this out, Greg. And this is something that I've been saying for years. And I'm sure other people have said it. But one thing that men are going to have to understand, specifically black men, is that irregardless of the race of a woman is about her gender first and everything else second. If you think a black woman is going to look out for a black man before she looks out for a white female, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Black women will take up arms for white girls before they'll ever take up arms for a black man. White girls will take up arms for a black woman before they ever take up arms for men. Rollo calls it the sisterhood uber alles. Women are pro-women first. They don't give a damn. Listen, I'm sure they have their other interests, and I'm sure that there are other things that they like to fight the power for, but it is women are loyal to their gender first and foremost. That is the final whistle. I give you the last word.
Yeah. I mean, when I saw the Prince Harry thing, and the Western society is cucked.
Oh my God.
When you got your woman, and it follows what you just said, all the 8 rules. It follows that. I'm pretty sure that if he were to find you out or any of us out, he'll get the picture. But that's all I have to say to that.
Absolutely. Thanks for the phone call, man. Thanks for the phone call, Greg, checking in. Yeah, listen, man. If I could, dude, and oh my God, I might actually talk about Meghan Markle, the whole Prince Harry Meghan Markle thing. At some point, because that is just, dude, that is one giant shit show. If I could just get Prince Harry in the room, if I could get him in a room for 5 minutes, and by the way, Prince Harry actually looks a lot like, he looks a lot like Carson Wentz. He does. When the Eagles, just off the topic, when the Eagles went, I forget who we played. We went and played in England either this year or last year. I think it might have been last season. But when the Eagles went to England, they went to London to play at Wembley Stadium. A lot of people are like, oh shit, there's Prince Harry. No, it wasn't Prince Harry. It was Carson Wentz. But if I could get Prince Harry in a room for 5 minutes, dude, I will change your life. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, man. All right, let me read a few of the comments here. The phone lines are now going to be closed. Let me read a few of the comments here. By the way, guys, be sure to get your hands on my ebook, my brand new ebook, 16 Ways to Disqualify Her for a Long-Term Relationship. It is absolutely free. All you have to do is sign up for my
90
newsletter.
seconds.
That's all you have to do. Sign up for my newsletter. And the book is yours absolutely free. And again, you guys know what just happened to my YouTube channel, okay? They have banned my YouTube channel for 90 days. Dude, I lost my YouTube channel for a good 6 hours. For 6 hours, my YouTube channel was nowhere to be found. YouTube came back and said, okay, we gave you 3 strikes, but we're going to let you stay. We're going to let you stay. You got to serve a 90-day sentence, then you can come back and stream live and upload things.
60
Guys,
seconds.
This happens. Listen, this kind of thing happens all the time. To guys like myself, red pill content, etc., etc. You never know when my channels are going to be taken down. I used to say this all the time when I was on the air. YouTube's not going to let me do this forever. They're not going to let me talk this talk forever. At some point, they're going to axe my channel or channels. Now, I have contingencies for that. I will be streaming to my own platform here in the not too distant future, actually. But YouTube is a good way to grow your audience. There's not, and listen, I don't have any complaints about YouTube. YouTube wasn't looking for my channel and said, hey, we're going to axe that guy. No. This is the self-policing thing. I said something about black women, or I said something about women, and they decided we're going to go through, we're going to flag all of Donovan's, we're going to get a bunch of people, we're going to flag all of Donovan's shit, or I don't even know how they do it. But this was a concerted effort because these were videos that were months, years old, right? The 3 videos that they eliminated were from months ago. Some of them were even monetized, right? Once YouTube decides to monetize a video, that's it. They're done with it. Okay, this is good for advertisement. No, somebody went in there and they flagged it. That's what they did. That's what happens. When this happens, gotta be on my email list, guys. And so I'm going to give you something in return. And I'm not a guy that's going to blow up your inbox. I'm not a guy that's going to be sending you stuff all the time. But you sign up for my email list, you get the free ebook, 16 Ways to Disqualify Her for a Long-Term Relationship. And oh, by the way, for my patrons, beginning tonight at 6 o'clock, I am having a 60% off sale. All patrons this weekend only will get 60% off of all of my courses. Audio, video, 60% off. I'm actually going to drop the coupon in there here in a few hours. I'm going to go and push some iron down in the TSR gym, my home gym. Then I'm going to give you guys that coupon code to get 60% off of all of my courses this weekend only. Okay? 60% off of all of my courses. I will also be emailing this out to my email list. 60% off all of my courses this weekend only. I'll also be sending you guys my YouTube channels, my backup channels. Listen, if you're not on my email list, you're not going to know what's going on. I don't want your email address for nothing. I'll give you the free ebook. There's the free ebook right there. Go to donovansharp.com/newsletter. That's donovansharp.com/newsletter. And you will get my ebook absolutely free when you subscribe to my newsletter. You got to verify your email address. Well, guys, I got to tell you, man, this is actually a very cool relaunch. I have probably 120 people watching me on all platforms, and the phone lines were still jam-packed, man. This is why I love you guys, man. This is why I love you guys. When I love getting phone calls. I love talking to you guys. And I figured, you know what? All right, so I'm only going to have about 100 and something people watch me. I usually have into the thousands watching me, but only had 100 and something people watching me. Phone lines still jammed. My kind of show, man. My kind of show, dude. My kind of show. So I appreciate you guys. Like I said, TSR Live is not going anywhere. My responsibility is to you guys, 100% to you guys. So I thank you guys very, very much for contributing to the show. Super Chat, when I reach certain thresholds in my subscribers and my viewer hours, that's when I will be eligible for Super Chat and monetization. And something tells me probably within the next week or so, I'll probably be eligible for getting Super Chats and all that other kind of stuff. So that'll be that'll work. Janik says, "Aw, give me a hug." No, I'm gonna pass, Janik. Janik's a funny dude, man. Janik's a funny dude. You guys are crazy. He said, "Oh, give me a hug." You're killing me, Janik. You're killing me. That's gonna do it for this edition of TSR Live. Thank you guys very much for making this a successful relaunch. 60% off all of my courses to my patrons. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good weekend.